between these two teams. It's going to be Fragment versus Omni. It's onset, of course, joined by Wonderboy. Fragment versus Omni. Where's your money, Harry, going into game number one?
Well, I actually don't really know. Truth Capture the Flag is, of course, game number one, as the boys on the desk did state, but I'm not really too sure. I think this is going to be a really fun game, and early off, we started this one off with Diminish, who, in my opinion, is probably one of the better players in this series, and he's already got himself the first strike in the game, and has now made it 2 in a row as well. So Diminish, a very hot hand in this game so far. However, he is taken down.
Well, he's going to go down. Let's go on board with Deckbot, though. This is one of the players I actually wanted to talk a little bit about in this series. One of those new crop of talent we see in Halo 5. He's up on P3 at the moment. He's one of these players who's a real playlist grinder, always playing with his team as well. He's going to have 2 players on his radar, though. Jumps up inside Pink Alley, looks for the stick, and does actually land the Splinter Grenade instead to take him down. That's going to be 3 dead now, and look at this already. The guys from Fragment are pulling this flag, getting it all the way across the map. This could be 1-0 already. Flag goes in, sword in hand. That's going to be 1-0 to the guys on Fragment.
Yeah, perfect stuff from Fragment, actually. I mean, you could see they really prioritized the pink side of the map, and with Shabby, with Shabby Dagger here having this sword, he was able to run that flag so quickly through pink. And you can see that's the importance of holding that pink side, and Shabby Dagger there was able to run that flag very, very quickly, already 1-0 into the game.
And the thing that impressed me so much there is that's the first push we've seen at this tournament from Fragment, and they converted almost straight away. And look at this, Deckbot keeping the pressure up and running a second flag towards his teammate here, and this is looking like no one could be in position to potentially stop this one. This is going to be 2-0 to Fragment at the start of this game. What a start for this squad.
Yeah, yikes, what a play call as well. Not only did they run the first flag pink side, they decided to say, hey, you know what? We can actually run it Carbine side as well. So run it through the Carbine tower. It's actually going to be someone, it's going to be Lindes here actually for Omni to start running this flag. So maybe if they can answer back very quickly, which they doesn't seem like they can as the flag looks to be returned here. If they could get a flag cap within the next minute or so, they can be right back in this game and don't have to worry about it. But as long as this game stays at 2-0, it's going to be pretty comfortable here for Fragment, and they can just kind of slay out for the rest of the game. However, you can see in the timer in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that's just ticked past 10 minutes. So you can see this is where teams are going to start to gravitate towards that pink tower. I'm going to look to see if anyone here actually grabs the camouflage, which is coming up at pink 1, which is going to be very important going forward. Couldn't quite see who got the first one, so not sure if anyone actually has a timing on that, but it'll be interesting to see going forward who controls that power up, who decides to be flanking, and who decides to be pushing into the base through alternative angles.
Well, Omni on the defensive at the moment. That player is being a real pain in their sides in that bubble. Player Shabby Dagger's going to be bottom mid. He's going to be taken down though, but look at the pressure once again. Python and Alan teaming up to take down these players. And look at this, as soon as we see kills going down in the kill feed, it looks like they're automatically pushing in apologies on that objective. Camouflage has actually gone into the hands of Alan as well, Harry. So how do you want to see him play this one?
Yeah, well, we said before, you know, whoever picks up the camouflage has to be kind of that flanky player, but you can see Alan right here. He already has a teammate blocking that bubble spawn. That's why he's going to be running this flag to Carbine, but he actually had a Carbine himself and was able to put pressure on the Omni base right there, and it was just really well played from Alan. And you can see right here, the flag is already back in their own base. All they need is a return right here, and this flag game is going to be over. And
importantly, there's no one really in position on the car side of the map to try and get the return on Alan at the moment. Just this player who is stuck top mid. It looks like one of the players is going to go for this return. Is that going to be it? It is. Fragment Gaming go against the analysts here, and that is going to be a 3-0. Easy. You have to say that was an easy looking game for those gentlemen there, and they're going to go 1-0 up in the series.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy for Fragment. That was a quick game. That was a very quick game. And actually, we can kind of see the slays here not actually that different. I mean, there was only 7 kills between the two teams in slays. So Fragment clearly making the most of their objective efficiency right there. Pretty even stats all across the board, to be honest with you. And Fragment, they're looking hot in this series. I'm very surprised that they took game number 1, actually. All of the analyst desks said that, hey, Omni, they're the experienced team. They're going to take this game pretty easy. Fragment, they obviously had other ideas, and game 1, that's a very quick win on Truth Capture the Flag, and that's really going to shock the systems of Omni, I think.
See, I have sort of run the risk here of saying, you know, I wanted to say this, but I didn't say anything before the series.
Yeah,
but
well, it doesn't count. You know, they're 1-0 up in the series. You can't say it now.
I'm just saying, but like this Fragment eSports, this Fragment squad that we can see in front of it here, like they're a team of grinders who have been really getting. They've been a squad for such a long time that you can see the specifics of their gameplay really is working. And there's that core sort of 3 of players, and Shabby sort of come in recently to join the squad. And you can see just how prepared they were by firstly, that pink run, it was perfectly executed. They blocked every single spawn they needed to. They forced those spawns in the bubble. And then the car run as well. I mean, the conversion on that and the trust in the teammate to clean up that kill as he was coming back as well.
Yeah, it's just great play calling. And you can see this Fragment eSports side that are on your screens right now. They're clearly very aware of how the game works, how they are influencing spawns with their positioning. And you could see by the on-the-fly flag calls, you saw both a pink run and a carbine run for the first 2 flag runs. So really nice stuff from the boys on your screen right now. And Fragment are looking strong in this series, man. I wanted to say Omni were going to take the series as well, purely because I don't really know too much of this Fragment side, but that man on the end right there, Shabby Dagger, is actually one of the up-and-coming players in Europe, in my opinion. The man is an absolute demon. I play with him a little bit in Arena, and he's always dropping like 20-plus kills in Slayers. He's always doing so much objective work for his team as well. So he's getting it done on LAN, man. He's getting it done here at a live event, and what an opportunity to do so as well. I mean, what is this, winners bracket round 3 right now? They have a chance to make it to the championship bracket. They're closing in on that champ bracket, and that's where they want to be, man.
Yeah, you've got to say that's their first target, isn't it? We want to get into the champ bracket, and then we move from there. And of course, on the other side of the stage, we need to talk about Omni and their performance in that one, because we said these are players who are veterans of multiple tournaments here, and they just got swept away there. What went wrong for them?
Yeah, it was almost like shell shock, right? I think I quoted it in the cast. I mean, they were so shocked at how aggressive Fragment were, and I don't really think they were expecting it. I believe this Omni lineup only finalized their actual final lineup around a week ago. So it depends how much they've been grinding this game. You know, Diminish is a player that Sims on the desk actually highlighted, and I'm so glad he did, because he, in my opinion, is one of the best young talents in Europe, and he's, you know, he found himself in, again, a very shocked state in game number 1. I mean, that was a very quick capture the flag game. He's going to have to bounce back here in game number 2, which is going to be Coliseum Slayer.
Well, here's your series layout. If you are just joining us, it was absolutely Fragment eSport who took that first game 3-0. But as you say, Harry, Coliseum Slayer is going to be our second game in this series. Lots of rockets, lots of sniper rifle action, all of the goodies on the map you could possibly want for some montage clips. So let's get straight into this one. Who do you want to start this one off with, though, Harry?
I think it's only fair that we start this one off actually with Diminish. He actually goes down. Alan with 2, so Alan's going to actually steal the limelight away from him. And he's actually going to get 3 in a row, and the rockets as well. So this is a fantastic start. All 3 of Fragment's kills right now are from this man on your screen. Can he make it 4? Whiffs 2 rockets, though. Didn't quite understand exactly where the other team was spawning right there, and it's a bit of a misplay as he will lose those rockets. However, Shabby has the snipe, and there you go. There's 1 already. So both power weapons early on going into the hands of Fragment, and after that game number 1, you've got to say, if they can get the next set of power weapons as well, this could be a very early GG, but still way too early to call that. Less than a minute into the game. However, Shabby with the snipe, if he can pick some faces, these are untradeable kills. So Omni's objective right now, shut down Shabby Dagger, because if he's picking your face from afar, there is no way you can trade that kill off.
But look at the discipline coming in from these guys in the red squad. All pushing together, not leaving Shabby on his own. Realize he is the most important player to keep alive with this power weapon. And Shabby's been able to essentially walk around the map almost unchallenged at the moment. And now he's going to relocate to this elbow on the red side of the map, so he has lots of lines of view across the map. Finds 1 player there, beautiful shot, taking down Mousy. Mousy trying to peek out there to just get a shot on him, but Dagger shutting him down straight away and just returns now. Now his teammates here, their job is to just bait these players out for him. Yeah,
and this is why the sniper is so important on Coliseum, on any Slayer map in particular, actually, because you can't trade the kill off. That's an instant +1 for Shabby's team right there, and he's smartly staying alive right here. Lindes, though, will actually tag his ankles as he goes around the corner, so Lindes will be trying to pick up that sniper straight away, but I believe he's feeling the heat here from Red. One thing I would say, though, is that Omni, considering they didn't get either of the power weapons off at the start, I believe they got the rockets but surrendered them instantly. This game is relatively close, considering they have no power weapon kills. Yes, they are down by 4, but they're trading very well and they're keeping this close. This next set of rockets that Lindes here is going to be fighting for is going to be absolutely vital going forward. It could be a very pivotal point in the game, depending on who gets these rockets.
But both teams, very, very closely matched at the start of this one. Looks like Colossal is trying to move on, but Python with perfect shots and a double kill, a sniper rifle as well. And it looks like he's going to try and land that second body shot there, but doesn't actually kin that one up. But I think the rockets have managed to go into the hands of one of the guys one of his teammates, sorry, and that's actually Deckbot, who's managed to find those. So now we have the sniper rifle and the rocket launcher in the hands of Fragment eSports, so they've got all the tools to play with. And look at this kill lead as well, Harry. Now it is escalating 17-13.
Yeah, it is a 4-kill lead, and this sniper's coming up as well. The key player in this kind of scenario is going to be Deckbot. You can see he's down low right here. Not the best place to be with the rocket launcher, but he's going to be advancing here on the green tower purely because that sniper is coming up. That's the next power weapon coming up in the game. So he's going to be pushing over towards this area to try and clear out the players with this rocket launcher.
Oh, beautiful play.
Beautiful, like you say, but he will be taken down. So the rocket's actually going into the hands of Diminish now on the side of Omni. The question is, where did the sniper go? I believe it was actually Shabby Dagger to pick that one up as well on the Fragment side. So if Mousy here, if Diminish here can get a couple of kills, and the important kill right now is actually Shabby Dagger. So if he can take that player down, that's going to be good going forwards. And he actually takes down Python now. I wondered whether or not that was Shabby Dagger. I want to swap over to him actually. He's just crouching, playing the radar right here, and just making sure he stays alive with his power weapon.
Yeah, and the importance of that, of course, is that those two rockets have been used up, and he's managed to keep control of that sniper rifle for his squad. So he's now going to have the chance to once again relocate. Looks like he's going to be looking potentially to change sensitivity mid-game. Is the first thing to do. New meta on Halo 5, we're learning it all today. But Shabby Dagger now going to be relocating, maybe just changing the sensitivity because he's got that sniper rifle in his hands to make something happen. Does spot a player trying to push in this red cave here. But he's going to smartly back down, but I don't see him hitting trying to fire many shots, but when he does, Dagger's making them count.
Yeah, trigger discipline, and that's something so important with the sniper because... all right, okay, Dagger, he's turning up right now, and his team are actually in a prime position to grab the rockets as well. So if only don't mind their P's and Q's right here, they could be...
Oh, my word!
The loot slapping. Alan actually has the rockets on their side as well. However, he is being pressured. Only a 1-kill game now. He will trade with Colossal, so I'll keep an eye on where exactly that rocket launcher went. It actually went in favor of Diminish here on Omni, so if he can stay alive with these, they can close the gap very quickly. Very nice shots, though, from Dagger.
Shabby Dagger, that sensitivity change was exactly what I was going to suggest just before. It was absolutely key. But the Rockets are still in the hands of Omni, and they have the game. Sorry, was momentarily tied up. Now they have a couple of kills advantage as Diminish uses that rocket to take down Alan. Now it's going to be scoping in on the blue side of the base. Some shots do go in, but that player is going to back him down. So we're back to a situation now, Harry, where both teams seem to be waiting around, waiting for those power weapons to come up to make the next play.
Exactly what I was going to say. The next power weapon doesn't come up for another minute, and that's going to be the rocket launcher. So no power weapons in play across the board right here. So this is going to be a slugfest for the next minute or so until the rockets come up. So both teams have a chance to try and make a lead through team fights, and it's going to be Alan to pick up 2. Lindez and Colossal going down, Alan with 2, Deckbot with 1. That's going to be a 3-kill lead now, excuse me, a 2-kill lead for the boys on Fragment. We'll swap over to Python as he's here, just going to try and find any of the Omni players that are in his base, but they've all left the ship, and they will be pushing around to blue right here. 2-kill lead. Very
interesting to see, actually. It's the guys on Fragment who have actually doubled the power weapon kills so far in this game. They have 8 in comparison to Omni's 4, so even though they do have just a 2-kill lead, they have been controlling those weapons ever so slightly better. Colossal going to be back down here by Python. Python playing this one nicely, just managing to stay alive and wait for that player to pop back out. Takes him down with that assault rifle as well. Now straight away looking towards his teammate there to try and help him out. Splinter grenade does go in, but a 3-kill lead, and here come those rockets. Yeah, here come those rockets, and do you remember a minute ago it was all tied up? Now a 4-kill lead, could be a 5 if someone cleaned up Python's kill right there. But a minute ago this game was tied, and now it's a 4-kill lead. Mousy, please.
I do believe Dagger actually has the sniper. I can't see quite where the rockets have gone just yet, but Dagger's found a sniper rifle, and the rockets are still up. 6-kill lead. Dagger here with a sniper as well. This could be curtains here for Omni, as they have also surrendered the rockets. Dagger picking up Mousy right there. It's going to be Deckbot with the rockets as well. So Omni, they need to get these power weapons out of the hands of the Fragment players. Otherwise, this could be GG. And I think you've just summed it up there. Deckbot's managed to get hold of the rockets. The sniper rifle is in the hands of Mr. Shabby Dagger himself, and he was doing work last time. We had his point of view on our screens with that sniper rifle, hitting some ridiculous no-scopes for his squad. And look at this kill lead, Harry. Now we've seen those power weapons coming into play. 41-33 now. Shabby Dagger hits him in the shoulder there. Doesn't quite manage the headshot, but the kill lead just escalating at this point. This is a very nice setup here, actually, from Fragment. Very pleased with what I'm seeing. Dagger had a player in the base with him in case he was flanked. He also had a player at top rockets, and he also had Deckbot at top snipe. Oh, the rocket launcher that Mousy just picked up, but Dagger with the snipe, the no no-scope of dreams takes Mousy down. We have to swap over to Mousy. How is he going to bounce back from this? 10 kills down in this Slayer. Fragment have just taken every single power weapon. We saw Omni. It was Mousy trying to pick up the rockets, but again, another power weapon kill for Fragment. They are running this game.
And right now, Fragment have 14 power weapons in comparison to Omni's 4. Dagger picks up another kill here on Lindes. Just 2 kills to go in this game at the moment. And the control that this Fragment eSports squad have had throughout this game has been really, really impressive. Diminish has managed to find himself a sniper rifle, but this is a situation now where he really has to hit absolutely every single shot, and I think he actually just naded one of his teammates, which really isn't going to help the situation, Harry.
Definitely not. Only the one death to play with. He had to hit the no-scope right there, but the perfect will come in for the 50th kill. Fragment going up 2 to the good in the series. That Coliseum Slayer was all about that power weapon control. We highlighted it before the game. Lots of rockets, lots of snipers. Fragment doing absolute work right there.
Well, as we can see here, one thing I'm really impressed with is the fact that the guys are essentially just chilling out, Harry. Guys are just chilling out. They're not getting too hyped. They're not getting too carried away. You know, they're 2-0 up in the series. But here are the stats from that game, and there's one man at the top. There is Shabby Dagger, 17 and 9, Harry, and some incredible, incredible sniper play coming from him.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, the no-scopes of this man here were absolutely disgusting. On the other side, you've got to say the low light was definitely from Colossal, a -9. 5 and 14, not the best ratio. The man hasn't been playing too much Halo 5 in the lead up to this event, so maybe the game time, lack of game time even, just coming into play right there. But Diminish, one of the players we highlighted, a +5, while all his team went negative. So feels diminished, man.
Feels diminished, but it's very difficult to get these kills if you're not controlling the weapons. I mean, we go on about it, but Coliseum can become that snowballing game type. Imagine you are coming off of Respawn and you're going up against 4 players with map control, a sniper rifle, and rockets. Yeah. What do you do?
That's the real question. A lot of players in Europe at the moment are still trying to figure out. I mean, the one that I think back of is Warlord, obviously. I mean, we saw in the qualifying cups, he went, what was it, 1 and 17, something like that?
Something close to that, yeah.
In a Coliseum Slayer, his team lost like 50 to 16, purely because they were playing an Epsilon side that had just unreal amounts of power weapon control. Their setups for the power weapons were absolutely key. They were on point. And as a result, they were able to escalate into just a ridiculous lead. And that's something a lot of players in Europe at the moment are very struggling. They're struggling, excuse me, to try and figure out how to shut down players with power weapons. And I think a lot of it does just come down to just trying to, I hate to say the word, but try and milk as much as you can. Like in Coliseum Slayer, if the other team has rockets, make them push into a base and just try and sit back base so they have to hit a long-range rocket, you know? But the boys on your screen right now, Fragment, they've really turned up here on the main stage. They're having a great time. They look so relaxed, like you said. They're not overreacting to anything. They're just so in the game right now, man.
They look at home, don't they? They're just having
a
chat about the game. They're not getting carried away. That man on the end, Shabby Dagger there, he's cracking some jokes. He's chilling out. And then on the other side, Omni eSports, you know, these players we've seen a lot of. It looks like Mousy's still got a little bit of a smile on his face towards the end there. But some words being exchanged, how we're going to play this next one. Smiles are coming in. The game is loading. Next game is going to be Strongholds on Eden, though, Harry. What are you expecting to see in this one? Yeah,
Strongholds Eden, obviously the rocket launcher is going to be key for this, but also the 2 power-ups, right? The overshield that spawns in the pit and the camouflage that spawns at the tower. Which team can keep a track of both of those timings? It's going to be very important going forward, especially for Omni, considering they are down 2-0 in this series, as you can see on your screens. Timing those power-ups are going to be absolutely vital. If you can grab the rockets early on, then you can maybe start pushing that overshield spawn kind of earlier than you would at the start of the game. But the initial push is basically going to be all for these power-ups right here. The camouflage in the tower and also the overshield down low as well. So look out for that going forwards, but Strongholds Eden is going to be game number 3.
Well, Fragment eSports just 1 game away from taking the series and advancing as well. Omni eSports with it all to do at the moment. They find themselves 2-0 down, but they do have a chance to get back into this game. Let's start this one off with an Omni eSports player. Let's start this one off with Colossal. He's your pick, Harry, of one of these players who can really make something happen for this squad.
Yeah, and he kind of needs to as well. You can see on your screen right there, it was actually Deckbot who grabbed the overshield as well as the rockets as well. One thing I will say, though, is that the Colossal really needs to turn his game around, because last game he really didn't have the best of performances. He needs to turn up right here for his team's sake, otherwise they're going to be going out.
And it's not just that, Harry. The rocket launcher and the overshield going into Deckbot hand. We look at Python. He's managed to get that camo as well. So all of the guys on Fragment, we talked about how good they are controlling the weapon and the map. They are tooled up to the breeches right now. They have every single thing they can want, and to go to boot, Python is hitting perfects as well.
Yeah, this is rough. This is so rough here for Omni. I mean, they've just been taken down in waves right there. Just great stuff all around, but they need to be very careful here of the outside spawn, and Python already aware of that. He was taking damage, but he was already aware of where the Omni players were spawning. 2 kills for Omni, though. That's going to help them out massively, because Deckbot no longer has the overshield, and Python no longer has the camouflage. So last man alive momentarily. In fact, it's going to be Dagger coming off the respawn right here. So if they can capture the catwalk, capture the red nest, then they will be right back in this game. But 20-0 down. Just over a minute gone in the game. The Fragment, they look the favorites in this series to me.
They really, really do. 20-0 with Shabby Dagger. The moment Diminish has managed to find himself a rocket launcher. And this is the sort of thing that Omni need to do. They need to focus on getting those power-ups and the power weapons out of the hands of these guys on Fragment eSports. But Dagger's trying to pick up a flank here, but Mousy is wise to that one, and they managed to get control of that red nest and the blue bend, Harry. Looks like they're going to try and potentially advance on this catwalk now.
Yeah, so the key fight coming up is going to be towards that overshield and camo, right? I mean, we saw both power-ups go in favor of Fragment. They're coming up very, very soon. But the rockets come up on the minute on 10 minutes exactly. So I'm going to keep an eye out, see who picks those ones up, because they can then immediately rotate straight to the pit. It's such a short rotation, such short movements. And in fact, it's going to be Alan here from Fragment. He's going to move directly towards this overshield, and his teammates already secured that as well. I'm going to keep an eye out for the camouflage, but it's actually Lindez that has the camouflage here on the Omni side. His play right now, either take the rockets out of Fragment's hands or take the overshield player out of the equation as well. He's playing this so sneaky right now, but I believe he's actually been spotted. So he needs to play this super sneaky and try and target some of the key players, namely Python on the Fragment side with that overshield.
He does have the potential opportunity to do that right now. He's capping that. Rocket does come in as well, so they might be able to trade out that overshield. So Lindez doing a great job there, as are the Omni boys in securing themselves the rockets. But look at that, Dagger and Deckbot answer back with a couple of kills of their own now. A last player alive is going to be in there. Dagger takes him down as Diminish doesn't hit those shots he needed to. The score really starting to get out of hand right now, Harry. 57-4. This Fragment eSports team, they are for real, and they are definitely making a statement to anyone else here in the bracket.
Not only that, total control just came into effect as well. Key fight right there in the catwalk. The player will actually go down. So good stuff there from Omni. They're able to grab the catwalk, and that's going to give them some options going forward. Do they push around to red? Do they go to red nest and capture that? Or do they push around through blue? Looks like they're trying to do both right now. They're trying to capture the blue band. I want to swap over to someone who is in the blue band, and they actually have a successful flank through blue. So good stuff for them, and I think it was the right call to make as well. From blue bend, you can secure turbine. Those rockets coming up in 30 seconds means if they can grab the rockets, grab the next overshield, then they can really come back in this game. But again, it's a lot of ifs. Fragment still have 20 seconds to fight round to blue and try and do the same thing themselves.
Well, it looks like Fragment are concentrating on that catwalk, managing to get control of that stronghold. And I think that's been the difference so far between these two teams. That's the first time we've seen Fragment under any sort of pressure, but they immediately managed to stem that bleeding, whereas Omni really sort of struggled to get a foothold in the game. Diminish managed to pick up a double kill, though. That's definitely going to help their cause. And as we know, that circle of power weapons and power-ups is about to come up. Mousy has managed to get these rockets, and now Harry, all he's going to be doing is trying to help his teammates lock down that overshield.
Exactly, this is what we were talking about, this short rotation straight into the pit, and there you go. Rockets and overshield now for Mousy. Keep an eye out for camouflage here, Mark, because, again, Mousy's going to have a massive target on his back, and it's actually going to be Alan here from the side of Fragment. So we'll stay on board with Alan. His key objective right now, as we said before, take out Mousy. Mousy has the overshield and the rockets as well. So that's going to be Alan's main target right here.
And some of you at home might be thinking, why is he not trying to capture some of these strongholds with this camo? You know, they can't see him. But it's the bigger picture, isn't it, Harry? If he can take out those players, it gives his teammates the opportunity to come off those respawns, try and work those objectives together, and rack up more time, essentially, than giving away that death. So he's doing a great job right here, landing some nice shots here. Doesn't quite finish that one off, and Lindez is going to make him pay with that SMG, which just shreds his shield. But all in that time, Fragment eSports have managed to get control once again. They are now up 71-35 and are just 30 points away from wrapping up the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, they're taking the blue bend as well. So Mousy's positioning and decision-making right here is going to be key for his team for the rest of the game, because total control, they need to get a stronghold soon. He still has one rocket in the chamber, so cleaning up Dagger right there is quite a big kill. If he can get 2 in a row without even firing a rocket, that would have been fantastic. But Python coming in, he will actually save the day, I do believe, and Alan here still alive. His team still have total control. Omni finally getting one back as well. 30 seconds until the next rocket launcher. Omni absolutely need that, but first of all, they need a stronghold to get themselves back into this game.
It is do or die time right now for Omni eSports. Not only are they down in this game with just 10 points left, they're down 2-0 in this series. Of course, a best of 5, so they will be disappearing down to that. Well, Fragment will be advancing for sure, and there's a player here trying to make something happen. But look at this once again. Fragment doing such a good job of getting control of that top catwalk. They are looking to lock this one up at the moment. They have control of the catwalk. They have control of that Rev Nest as well on board with Deckbot. And look, it seems like all of the players from Omni are still coming off that respawn.
Yeah, and it's this point of the game where the rockets are coming up and the overshield's coming up. But honestly, I don't think that's going to come into a play right here. I mean, you can see the rockets are still on the respawn. Omni, they absolutely need a stronghold right here, right now. They don't get it. Fragment will close out the game and the series. Strongholds Eden going 100-37, I do believe that was, in favor of Fragment. They close out the series. What a performance on the main stage from Fragment.
Fragment eSports are for real. I've said this about these players in the playlist, you know, they're grinders, but they always play together. They're very calm individuals. They are determined to get better as a squad and work together. The handshakes are coming in, of course, but let's have a quick look at the statistics from that last game. But something to point out once again, Harry, the power weapon kills and the power weapon pickups from the guys on the Fragments, just outclassing their opponents once again.
Yeah, actually 4 pickups on the power-ups